jobs, I'm not kidding. And each one of them, I aced it. I got the job. I didn't join it, but I got the job. Let me give one example. I went for GMR interview. GMR, we all know, right? Daredevils, head GMR, GM Rao, right? The interview was very, very interesting. I just had an off day. I went to GMR for an interview. There was an ad, and I went there. No, no ad. There was a consultant who called me. Level 1 happened. I was having coffee. He said, "Are you still around?" I said, "Yeah." "Can we have second round?" I said, "Fine." And second round there and then. They cleared me. Then there was the ED, the director. He said, "Can we interview?" I said, "Of course, I'm here. I'm here a whole day." So he interviewed me, and it was 4 o'clock in the evening. He says, "Mr. GM Rao wants to interview you." Mr. GM Rao himself. And those of you who don't know GM Rao, he is worth $500 million. That's his worth. He's a big guy. And he says he wants to interview me. I'm a simple guy. But then he interviewed me, and it was a long, huge room where I entered, and he was sitting there, and his entire team there. And he says, "Rajkumar, I'm not clear about one thing. Why do you want to leave Infosys and join this organization?" And I gave him some gyan and all that. The thing is, before the offer letter came in, I was sure I'll get the offer letter. My boss and my friend told me this. I shared with him. And I thought, "Do you really want to join GMR? I said, "No, then why are you doing this?" Then I realized that I was doing a mistake. I'm just doing a simple thing that there are interviews that have appeared in many, many organizations, and I've aced one of them. I have no doubt in saying that it is all because of Toastmasters. Imagine a situation where I'm failing interviews after interviews, to a situation where I'm clearing all interviews. This ability to find what is important for that person and speaking that concise and precise, not giving gyan and blabbering and not being clear about what you're saying. Right? That's where I felt it improved. Career growth, I started as an associate manager. Today I'm AVP at Infosys. There are many, many levels I've crossed. I'm happy about it. Could have done better, but I'm not complaining. Salary, all I can say is I added one more zero to my salary. I don't want to do the math, but that's the least I can tell you. And net worth, I can only say that banks keep calling all the time, saying that you are HNI, can we get something from investment options? So yes, my net worth improved from 0 to something which they call HNI. HNI, all of you know? Some of you. Okay, HNI is high net worth individual, which banks give special preference to. I'm not being this thing about it, but yes, the thing is, if you look at these two criteria, there's a distinct impact has made in my career. Agree, disagree?
Yeah.
Agree. If it works for me, has worked for me, it will work for you. Why and how? Let me share some of them. Some of them, right? Time check. Somebody will give time. Yeah. Okay. 30 minutes, right? 20 minutes will be a great time. So, before I get into what you need to do, you need to ask me, what did you do differently? Beyond speaking, wherever you want to have what you do. Right? What did you do differently in the last few years than what you were doing differently? I think the first thing which I felt was I realized that I am missing something in life. Okay. I may be a English medium school bred student, that's okay. I can talk to you very good English on one-on-one, but speaking to people which makes sense, being concise and precise is something that I was completely missing. And I don't forget that day when I was standing like this on one of our, I was in quality, and other than me, everybody was speaking in the hall. I didn't know what I was talking. There was a presentation out there, I was looking at it, they were all having a ball of a time, and I was just standing like a fool. And my boss told me, my boss was Sanjay Purohit, who was CEO of Infosys Consulting. Rajkumar, why did you join Toastmaster? That's the one sentence he told me in 2001. That has changed my life. So my point is, I realized that there's something missing. And I would like, since you are in Toastmaster, I'm sure you have also realized that there's something missing, which is that you should be able to articulate your point of view. Beyond knowledge, there's something called articulation of that knowledge to people whom you are going to speak. That is the first thing, you realize it, and I'm happy that Toastmasters happened or was there at that point of time. The blessing in disguise for me. The second thing which I keep telling a lot of people, and a lot of people will resonate with me when I say this, is that I told my peers, I told my manager, I'm a Toastmaster. What it does is, it removes a lot of inhibitions. Many of our people say, sir, my PM is not allowing me to come for this meeting. Sir, if I do this, then they will feel that I'm not doing my office job. Do you agree with me? Some of you face this situation in your work life. Many of the people at certain levels, they do face this problem, and I felt that I will make my people know that I am a Toastmaster. There are two advantages of this. If you are doing Toastmastering, they know that you are a Toastmaster, they are doing it. Second thing is, when you actually they see a change in you, they'll come and tell you this. And I do remember our head of quality, Mr. Kumar, one day took me over 40 years and asked, I see something different in you. And I don't know what it is. Actually, he knew, he said, the Toastmaster is working for you. That's what he told me. Right? And he recommended my name to the founder of Infosys, Mr. K. Dinesh, who took me to Vizag Steel Plant. And that's a moment I cherish the most. Vizag Steel Plant, we have 250 people from AGM and above. AGM is Associate General Manager. And above, up to MD level, people sitting in a hall. And big banner of my name on that background, a huge stage. I thought I'll put a picture as well. But then, Mr. Dinesh was supposed to speak and I'm just clicking on the PPT. I mean, he's a founder director. So he said, Rajkumar, one fine day he changed his mind. He said, Rajkumar, I will do the first 2 slides. Since you have prepared the slide, why don't you present? Just one day before, I was already in Vizag, in the guest house. I said, okay, being a Toastmaster. I was accepted, and that's where I'll come to the learnings part of it. So he spoke from this lecture for 45 minutes on 2 slides. 45 minutes. Explaining what vision of Infosys is. And he is passionate. It went on, and people were just laughing, running, whatever. Not demeaning him, but I'm saying that's the learning of Toastmasters. And I realized that that's not going to work. This strategy will not work. I took this column mic, middle of the stage, did some jing bang like that you were doing, right? That lady here, did some hands here and there, you all that kind of stuff, hand gestures, body movement, facial movement, all the CC1 to CC10 speeches, I brought it there. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. Your body speaks, the energy in your body, it translates to your audience. They were glued. I don't know whether they were looking at the PPT, but they were looking at me for sure. And I just sat there and I put on this and I walked people, all that ding bang I did. I learned from all these conferences you go, right? You learn so much from them, right? I did all of that, and you know, after what, Mr. Dinesh himself, at the end he was supposed to come back. He says, Rajkumar, this is not going to work. I'll have to come and speak like this. He is a founder director of Infosys, been in the industry for many, many years. I'm just a novice. 2004 I'm talking about. I was 3 years in Toastmasters. But that confidence was huge. All I want to share at the end is, people came and said, I want an autograph. I'm not the founder, he's the founder. What do you want your autograph? I think when the signature becomes the autograph, I think it's somewhere you can call it success. Wow. To me, it's a satisfaction that, yes, it worked for me. It has working for me. It was 2004, long time ago, but I still remember it. Why? Because it's a moment which I cherish. Right? The second thing, and the third thing I want to talk about is that whenever as a Toastmaster I got an appointment, I just made myself available. You know, I asked Miguel how much time did I take to say yes to you? Maybe a few seconds. Till the time I saw the WhatsApp message. If my calendar is free, I would say yes. The reason is that, you know, this is how you grow. If you remain in your cubicle, in your house, in your respective thing, you will not grow even if you are Toastmaster for 16 years. Doesn't matter. You have to go and express yourself. So I'll tell you, there's an example of our management council meeting where the board members are there, everybody is there, and somebody told he's a Toastmaster, why don't you call him as an MC? Okay, senior guy, MC, because they discussed quite a lot of confidential stuff. So they didn't want some guy to come as an MC. So I came and I just changed the way MC and the MCing is done for the management council meetings. I changed it completely. For example, we introduce people with a lot of humor, right? I compared somebody with Sachin Tendulkar, somebody with Dravid, somebody with Anita Ambani, IPL was happening. I just brought in all of that stuff. I said, wow, this is fantastic. And I saw the CEO smiling and jumping, getting involved in it. Amazing. There was one of our director who had become a director, he was a project manager and became director in 8 years. I said, anyone in this company of 1 lakh people have become PM to director in 8 years. Raise your hands. Not a single hand went up, of course. That really lifted him up, right? So that's what we do in Toastmasters. We lift the person up who comes to come and speak. So the difference was that, people said, boss, what are you doing here? Why don't you come and do consulting? So you get noticed. You get opportunities. Leaders notice you. And when they notice you, you get the growth. The growth will only happen when somebody notices you. If you're not making yourself visible, how will you know? Even if you're a great speaker in Toastmasters meeting, how does it help? I remember CB Chen Matthew was here. He was saying that Toastmasters is good, but then you must use these skills outside Toastmasters as well. In the communities where you operate, in your offices, in wherever you want to go. I did emceeing for my parents' 50th marriage anniversary. 50th marriage anniversary, I was the MC, and I had a small, not small, I mean young girl who was very nervous about it. I said, don't worry, I'll handle it. And I could do push-ups on stage, and that kind of jing bang I could do. 100 people in the room, my school friends and all oldie people. And I challenged people saying how many push-ups I can do. Some said 5, looking at my weight and all that. 5, 10, 50. I said 1,000 I'll give you if I do more than what you're saying. Right? And I 30. The point is it allows you to experiment yourself. It removes the fear of failure. It removes what will people say. Oh, those people know me from childhood. What they will think, this guy is joker. Actually, you're not joker. The feedback I got was phenomenal. My point, the sole point is, use every opportunity in your family, in your office, in your community. You use these skills, but then only you will grow as a better person. That you will translate to professional success. Right? And the last thing I want to say is, I never counted amount of dollars I have paid, or whatever fee or travel, never counted. And I would suggest don't count it. The moment you start counting it, believe me, you'll stop coming for the meeting. Oh my God, I've been for 16 years, multiplied by 3,600, multiplied by so much, into a travel for Jamboree also, I took a hotel there, 15,000, I had 6 lakhs. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even going to the meeting. Seriously, you will actually start thinking and